Here we got the Keffer oak, or Keffer oak. It's supposed to be about 300 years old. It's the biggest oak tree on the in the southern half. Apparently, AT probably about say at least 8 foot wide at the base or more. Big freaking tree. But again, I'm sure it's probably something else that you really can't appreciate on a video, and there's nobody else around to have stand in front of it. That's why I put my trekking poles in front of it, to try and give some kind of scale. But yeah, that's a pretty freaking big tree though. Yeah, it doesn't look like crap on the camera, but whatever. Figured I'd at least, I missed one of the oaks on the southern, or there was some kind of tree back in the from the crossing from Georgia to North Carolina, or whatever that first border crossing was, and it was like a few hundred feet past the border crossing, and somehow I walked right by it. Everybody was talking about it later on. I'm like, oh yeah, damn. How'd you miss that? I don't freaking know. I'm staring at my feet the whole time, that's how. But, yeah. Back to the pastures. Been walking in these for a couple miles now. The only downside with walking in the pasture is you can actually have, most of the time you can see how far you still have to go, but then you're always surprised how quick you get there. It ain't too bad. I'll be finishing my day today at about hopefully 690 miles, 695, give or take. Been staying at 20-mile days. This will be my third day consistently. The days before that, it was close to 20. Did like 17.8 and 19 or something like that. But this is my first of, what's my third day out since Parisburg. Like I said, I don't know if I said it in the previous video or not, but I want to get to Daleville, 100 miles away in 5 days. So if I can get the mile marker, 695 or so today, the next day be 620, and then 615, and then 635 would get me into the town. But I'll probably stop short a mile or so, depending on where I can find a place, and spend my night in the woods just outside of town. And then that morning, since the town, the AT pretty much cuts through one side of it, I'll be able to do my resupply as I go through town. Find a hostel again, put my battery pack on the charger, and probably stay the night, and hopefully head out again the next morning, except this time hopefully that actually happens. It didn't happen leaving Parisburg according to my plans, but that's alright. It's been nice meadow walking, nice dreary day, a little bit of a mist falling, enough to keep you cool, but not enough to make you wet. Well, there. So yeah, it's been pretty decent. Yesterday was a tough day. Really had to push and I still ended up, actually I don't think I made quite 20 miles, but had a couple of really tough climbs. Today the climbs are still 2-mile climbs with the same almost elevation gain, but there's a lot more level and downhill walking. And then the next 2 days is going to be the same thing. Still going to have some ups and downs, but you're slowly, you'll go down, go back up, go down, go back up, but ultimately, especially the last day, mostly downhill. So, it'll be getting a little bit easier and easier from this day to the next day to the next day. So the more I can push today, just that much easier the next day. And if I could really push just an extra 2 or 3 miles a day, then the final day, I might be able to get in town early enough to stay the night in the hostel. I'd much rather do that than stay in the woods, because my battery pack would be charging overnight, and then by 12, 2 o'clock the next day, it would probably be fully charged, and I could roll out and get 10 miles in or something like that. But I'm not too pressed. As long as I can keep knocking out 18, 20-mile days, then I'll be continuously just putting myself further and further ahead of schedule. Right now I got to do a minimum of 14 and a half, and it's getting to the point where that's not as hard to do as it was. It took me a little longer to get my trail legs than I expected, but you still have days like today. I didn't break camp till 10 because of the rain, but luckily as soon as I got up, and a little bit of rain while I was packing up, but as soon as I got everything packed up and was about to throw my pack on, the rain stopped, and it's been decent walking. So granted, it's a 2-hour late start, which puts me about 4 miles behind schedule, but I might be able to make that up, and with all the level walking that I have today, as long as these hills aren't as bad as they were yesterday. And yesterday everything was slick from the night of rain before, and it rained again all last night into the morning, so today might be slick, but it doesn't seem to be so bad. I'm crossing my fingers on that, but definitely learn at this point on the trail to not worry about expecting something to be a certain way, because it doesn't matter. It's just going to be what it is, and you deal with it one foot in front of the other. Still looking to see a bear. There've been a lot of bear sightings from other people, but I'm usually listening to stuff with an earbud in one of my ears, and I'm just not, I'm not the type to be my head on a swivel. I'm too busy looking at the ground. My shoes don't have the traction they used to have, so definitely more focused, putting one foot in front of the other. But I definitely want to see a bear. There's one thing I don't want to see out here when I get further up north. There's a moose. Pretty sure when I get up there, time-wise, they'll be in the rut. And little trivia as far as dangerous dangerous mammals to human beings go. Hippopotamus is the most dangerous from what I've heard, and the moose is the number 2. And those things will run you down and trample you in a heartbeat. Far, far more dangerous than bear. Bear just out here They're really just scavengers. They're just big, you know, like I would be more afraid of a dog that wasn't familiar than a bear. I still sleep with my food in the tent. I eat in my tent. Never had any problems. But, which is funny because when you hear about everybody, well, you're not afraid of snakes and bears. That moose never get mentioned. Ticks never get mentioned. Lyme disease. But, just found a tick on me this morning. As soon as I check before bed, and I look in my tent, and there was nothing. I opened up my tent. I opened up the mosquito netting to situation with my pack, and then so I could start loading everything up. And within 30 seconds, I looked down. There's a freaking tick crawling up my leg. It wasn't a deer tick, but you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be to get Lyme disease. I'm constantly checking my beard, my hair throughout the day, just feeling around, and been pretty fortunate with that. I think that's only the second tick I found on me. And May and June are supposed to be the worst months, so we're almost halfway through June. But then again, I'm pretty sure the name Lyme disease came from Lyme, Connecticut, which is where I'm heading pretty much. So who knows? Ticks might be worse further up north. I think the rain, all the rain we get down here, keeps them down. But get up north into warmer weather, drier weather, might be more of an issue. So we'll see. But I had to stop talking to get up this freaking hill.